So right now, desperate times.
And desperate measures, sure.
And desperate measures. We're recording. Julie and I are both skipping town forever. Not really. On Friday. And both have very busy weeks, and Janine is always busy. So we somehow managed to sneak in like 45 minutes of free time on this Sunday, this fine Sunday.
I was surprised to get the email from you yesterday. I was like, oh, this is happening quick. I'm in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, new trailer.
Yeah.
We had to move fast. But as a result, we're squeezing it in between a social thing that Julie and I had, and then I have to go do some work, and everybody's got stuff. So it's like a little tiny window that we're just squeezing in. So nobody had time to go like buy beer. So instead, Julie is improvising a cocktail using orange cream soda,
which is what I brought for the last recording and just left it here.
which looks delicious.
It is delicious.
And tequila.
Agave, specifically.
Agave.
Mm-hmm.
And an Italian digestif liqueur, like a sort of Aperol-y.
I don't think it's a brand name, but I think that the recognized name is Cochino.
Cochino?
It's a bitter liqueur. And she's mixing it into a cocktail, and she's only doing one, sort of like she's tasting our food to make sure we don't get poisoned.
Which I appreciate.
So we're going to see how that goes. So all that noise you hear right now is Julie putting on her mixologist hat, which is tricky because she's also wearing a hat.
Yeah, it's a big...
What's the verdict? No? That ain't it?
The orange cream soda is too sweet.
Oh.
So what I need to do is try again. I'll drink this one, but try again with a different balance. Keep talking.
Okay.
So that's what's happening here.
Hey.
How you doing, Janine?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Classes start for me tomorrow.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah. I have 3 courses this quarter, which is the most I've ever had at this point. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Cool.
They trust me with all this responsibility.
What happens if one day you get a form back, like a student evaluation form, and that they answer a bunch of questions? And of course, they're all positive because you're very smart
I
and
appreciate
talented.
that.
And
Yeah.
then at the very bottom, they're like, "Do you have any other comments?" And it just says, "Are you Janine from Podland Drunkcast and Outlander Podcast?" What would you do?
I'd be like, that is a much younger audience than what I realized.
We have young listeners.
I guess we do actually.
We
I've
do.
met some, yeah.
We have listeners who are not old enough to drink.
What's that like for you guys?
Youngins.
Is that true?
Oh yeah.
Do you guys? Oh,
Our pal Jessica, who always tells us where the fans are.
oh, that's right.
Under 21.
Ah, gosh, yeah. No, I would be.
Pims, maybe, Julie?
It might be better with gin.
But you don't drink gin.
I know, but I could.
I mean, I was going to suggest gin, and I didn't specifically because you don't drink it. But the brightness.
We're gonna try a third one.
Sorry,
What
go
would be
ahead.
surprising
So
about someone
you
who
got
says
a
that?
student that's like,
No, we're saying hypothetically, how would Janine react if one of his students was a drunk cast listener and revealed herself or himself on a teacher evaluation form?
I would think it would be, it would honestly be a little embarrassing because that means we went 10 weeks with them listening to my lectures, but also having cherry bomb in their minds of like that episode.
No, I think here's how it would be. It would be somebody's in class and they're like listening to you talk about economics and stuff. And then they're like, why does this voice sound so familiar?
Yeah.
And then somewhere near the end of it, you would just find something really funny and laugh a lot, or something would really surprise you and you go, oh no. And that is how they would recognize your voice.
Oh, yeah. Or they at the back, like the very last question, they just write, oh shit.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Which I don't say as much anymore now that I watch this with you guys.
Well, you know,
We'll get there.
you don't always watch.
Ah,
I think
that's
the
true.
gin one wins. I'm gonna give that to you.
Is there soda in this?
Yes.
Whoa. It's,
How much?
I guess it is very sweet.
Just enough to top it off because.
Because this is clear.
Well, gin is clear.
I know, but orange cream soda isn't.
No, the soda is clear.
Oh, okay. Oh, it smells delicious. Guys, we're about to try Julie's cocktail. What she doesn't know is Nothing. I'm sorry. For some reason, I felt like making it seem like we were on a prank show. I was going to say what she doesn't know is I put 2 nuggets of dog shit in my mouth. Welcome to Podlander Drugcast and Outlander Podcast. I'm Allison. I'm Julie. That's Janine.
Hey.
Julie is still making cocktails.
I'm just trying to bitter this one up a little bit because the other one's too
Yeah, straight up bitters, real bitters. Good call. I still think Pimm's might work.
Do you want to make a Pimm's one for me?
No, you're getting this one, buddy. You're gonna want.
I'm going to fucking love it.
Oh, that's delightful.
That the gin works better than the.
It's very soft.
Agave.
That's delicious.
I'm excited about this. Oh, goodness.
So we're, as you might guess, we're here to talk about that season 5 trailer that came out.
Have you watched it?
I have because I had to write about it.
Oh, got it.
One of my very favorite things is every once in a while for the AV Club, I get to write about Outlander in some sort of newsy capacity, or somewhere else I'll get to write in some sort of newsy capacity. Ooh, yours is beautiful.
Mine is very... Ooh.
Julie, what's in
Ooh.
his?
His is the agave, the American coquino, and the bitters. So I added bitters to you.
Okay, so it's not the gin.
No, yours is not gin. Yours
Great.
is agave, but it was too sweet with the soda, so I added the bitters to balance it out. Because
How
I thought
much
the
you need
coquino
it?
was more bitter than it is. It's not.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. I like that.
I think mine's going to be better.
The bitters are definitely... the bitters plus that cochino? American
I
cochino?
think it's coquino.
Coquino?
I think it's coquino.
Anyway, that's great. Also very strong. And I plan on having a scotch this evening as well because there's the thing I'm going to after this is a holiday party. So
This is
Yeah.
what makes the difference.
That's-
This is 100%.
The bitters.
Yes.
These are the barrel-aged bitters,
Ooh,
yeah?
yeah.
Yeah, Woodford, good old Woodford Reserve. So anyway, so I had to write the trailer up for the AV Club, and one of my very favorite things is basically sneaking in jokes that are
Yep.
just to anybody from the podcast who happens to read it. And I got a whole bunch in, but the biggest one was the headline, which was something like, "The new Outlander season 5 trailer proves that the hot people are still bad at time traveling." Made me so happy.
I appreciated it.
It made me really, really happy. Just writing it up made me happy. So I put some Murtaugh love in there. I didn't obviously say anything about Pamplemousse. That's too far, but yeah, that was the hot people. And then the comments, which I normally don't read, but in that case, I was like, I just have to. We're all like, well, actually, it makes sense that Claire would be bad at time traveling in the capacity of the book because she'd want to save lives, but she has this modern. And it was all accurate, but they were like fiercely debating whether or not Claire should be bad at time travel, whether it was like the cost benefit analysis. And then people were like, but what about when people they're making viruses stronger and super viruses? And it was very fun.
That's awesome.
It was really
That's
fun.
the right kind of comment.
Oh
thread.
yeah. It was so nerdy. It was just great.
Oh man.
So what we're going to do, so I've already seen it,
Yeah.
but I think Julie and Janine have not.
I have not, no.
I have not. Great. So we're going to watch that new trailer. I might also, depending on how long talking about it takes, pull up some promotional photos. There are new promotional photos. We're going to do that because it's big. There are things that happen. It's not just chaos or like
Montage.
feelings. I mean, it is a montage.
Well,
All
yeah.
trailers are montages, but it makes more sense. We also see, because I think we talked about this in the last episode, we see the fiery cross, which is indeed not a cross.
You
Which
called
was
it.
a good choice. So I'm going to pull it up now.
I'm just going to channel my Nick Offerman.
Yeah. Important update. I found another great Yule log.
Excellent.
It is the Sonos Yule log. The title is the best sounding Yule log ever. And you know what? Hold on. It actually
It's
just
pretty good.
popped up in my recommended YouTube thing because I've been watching it so much.
This
So I'm just
shit's
gonna-
the tits right here.
That's good.
Bitters are good, y'all. Oh no.
That's nice.
Isn't that nice?
Nice and crackly.
There's a good whoosh.
Should we talk about our idea we had on New Year's Day?
Oh, murder mystery Yule log.
We had
What?
the best idea.
Well, an idea.
Huh?
an idea. I don't know if it's the best. I don't know this idea.
No,
We think it's the best.
of the ideas I've had in my life, which is far too many.
This is up there?
This is like top list.
Okay.
Like things we're gonna do.
Is this better than cat purr plus Yule log?
This is
Oh, it's building on this.
way more complicated.
Way
Okay,
more
all right.
complicated.
I'm backing up. I'm going to grab my cocktail and listen.
So we love the idea of these of this kind of experiential kind of landscape of sound. Soundscape is probably the actual word to use. So you have this Yule log, but you're in this big mansion that all have fireplaces, and so you have this one Yule log that just goes, and you're just listening to it. It's very kind of ornate, and then at like hour 3. Someone throws in a piece of paper that says "Last Will and Testament." Oh shit!
That was my idea. That's where it started. Was you're just watching a Yule log and all of a sudden you see a piece of paper get added to the fire and across the top it says "Last Will and Testament."
Perfect.
And then Janine was like, no. We need to go beyond this. We'll make it all. You watch different Yule logs from different rooms in the house, and you use what you see get thrown in the fire and the sound to try to piece together a murder mystery.
You know what, you guys? You were right. This is the best idea.
Because then you could say like all these are timed at the exact same time, but you can only watch one at a time. So you have to figure out like who's at where at what time and how big is this house and who done it.
Questions. Do you get introductions to characters, or do you only see names and letters? Are there photographs involved being burned or left on a table somewhere where all of a sudden you see what people look like? Are there weapons involved? Is it like a Clue situation?
Clue was what I was thinking
Yeah.
about. Because you could just say, I mean, you could use Clue as a model and have like the library and the study and the dining room and the kitchen.
Anywhere
and
that
all
would have
shit,
a fireplace.
Right? And then
It would not work in the
out-
conservatory.
No, it wouldn't.
Conservatory's trash.
Although, maybe like in the middle? Like a enclosed...
If there's like a fire pit in the middle, you can have people walking in the background. Then you can see people.
Or a burn pit in the backyard, because then you can bring the landscaper into it.
It could even be like a smokehouse where you're like smoking meat or something. We're very into this.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a good idea.
Yeah. Thank you.
We thought so.
I tried to crap on it before I knew it. And then I just needed to listen.
Yeah.
We need to pause for a second. Hold on, I'll try the other one. I was just about to ask you for your Wi-Fi password while we're recording a podcast.
No, don't do that.
Hold on, maybe it's gonna. It looks like it's connecting me to the non-extension one, but it's just kind of like buffering and buffering and buffering. So
If not, I have mine up there and we can pull it right down. And that's fine. So here's what Allison and I did earlier. Without going into too great of detail, we have a friend who's going through some life shit right now, and she decided that she wanted to bring together a whole bunch of ladies for some Sunday day drinking. And Allison and I knew the place that we are going to. If anyone lives in Chicago, north side of Chicago, and is familiar with Marty's in Andersonville, you'll know what I'm saying when Allison and I made a literal blood oath last night not to have more than one martini.
and she does mean a metaphorical blood oath.
I mean, we didn't cut each other, but we cut each other with our eyes.
we did.
Yeah.
Piercing stares.
It was like, I'm only going to have one. Me too.
We did. We
Like-
successfully only had one.
And we only had one, and still, I'm fucking hammered. And I had breakfast right before. I had an enormous, fatty fucking breakfast sandwich at Jerry's across the street.
wow.
Right before I had this martini. I'm telling you, you go in there and you think you're cool because it's a really well done martini. They know what they're doing. You drink it, and then you're like, oh, I'll have another one. And then, as
You're
our
done.
friend Kelly found out, you're throwing up in the bushes somewhere.
What?
Not today. Not today. This was a different time.
I was going to say, what an interesting
I feel pretty good.
story.
No, I feel actually like perfect.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid that this might put me over the edge.
Yeah.
This is a very well-made drink, too.
Thank
is.
you.
Well
I've been
done.
learning a lot from about ratios specifically. Oh, is this still happening?
We're ready to go, but please.
Okay, one more thing. I usually am pretty, I won't use the word intimidated, but I've never really been all about cocktail stuff. And then Neil and I started watching this YouTube channel called How to Drink. And it's this very kind of like schlubby, but kind of weirdly handsome and charming dude who kind of reminds me of Neil plus our friend Dan Wallace. Like if you saw that, you might get that. He never been a professional bartender. Never done anything. He just likes cocktails and learning about old cocktails, and it's him just mixing old cocktails. And so what I've learned by watching him is, first of all, don't record more than 4 episodes of Podland or Drunkcast in one day because he gets shit can hammered.
Yeah.
We could never, Julie. We would actually die.
We would drink too much.
Yeah.
But we've done it before.
We've
Two
done
is too much.
2 is too much.
2 is sometimes too much and sometimes just enough. We have some legendary 2 a day second episodes.
That's true. But also
Cherry bounce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's all on mute, bud.
That is on me. No, my head just hurt thinking about it.
But what I really learned from this guy, and I think his name is Greg, is that ratios are important. So when you have a spirit, you want to have a certain amount of it. And then when you're looking at flavoring agents like bitters or liqueurs or whatever, and how you want the profile of the drink to be, just think about it that way. It's just like baking bread, which I've also recently gotten into. So I'm loving the ratios thing. Also, you guys, I started tap dances lessons yesterday.
No kidding.
Yeah,
That's
it's great.
awesome.
But I'm just dropping that in there. Let's watch this preview.
Before we do that, you really need to borrow Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat from me because that is also all about. There
Her
are no
series
recipes
was
in there.
incredible.
It's just about knowing like how temperature works and how much of each kind of thing you need. And great. Okay.
Do you want to place it here?
We're gonna put it here.
All right, hold on. You're going to hear some sound.
Okay, there's a lot of activity going on, a little bit of drinking.
Yeah. And I'll hold I have watched it, so I will hold my microphone to my computer.
Okay.
Put the sound back on.
Do we need to go all the way to the beginning? Oh, yes, sir. Okay.
And then just hit the space bar, actually.
Do you ever feel as if everything's pointing you towards something? Space, time,
Dick rocks.
Fuck
history.
yeah.
I am grateful for every day we have.
Oh, that's foreboding.
All right. Wait a minute. What?
Whatever tomorrow brings.
Oh,
It is a blessing. You came to me.
that's a lot of them thinking each other.
Colonel Fraser, the time has come for you to fulfill your oath. Do not disappoint me.
She's like, wrong side.
If there is a war, it would be safer in your time.
You want to go back, don't you? Our family is here.
You are my family.
Wait a minute. Are they just going to leave? I don't think that she will let that happen.
Safe here. I need to know what's causing their illnesses.
Isn't this playing God?
I swore an oath to the crown, but I will not stand by and watch my kin killed.
People consider this to be the spark of the American Revolution. If we stop this fight now, America will never become America.
Thank you, Bree. But then is America really... Never mind.
Promise me you're coming back.
Oh, no.
Swear it.
Son of a bitch.
Is he wearing a red coat? Is he wearing one of those coats?
We can't say what might befall us.
Ah.
Just as you give me your word, I give you mine.
No bangs.
Stand by my hand.
No bangs.
What kind of world is this?
The only world.
No, it isn't.
Oh, that's an interesting. I want to argue that point.
So, Allison, based on what you told us last time, it didn't feel like there was a lot of gathering shit there.
It doesn't seem like there's a lot of gathering shit. Although I wonder if maybe because the fiery cross, that's not a cross anymore. They'll have to do that actually on Fraser's Ridge. I don't know. I have a feeling that tonally it's going to be really similar, and plot wise it's going to be very different. If I had to guess. Yeah, I'm guessing different.
So,
Very
my
different.
impressions are war has not started yet, obviously, but we're doing all the lead up shit.
Can we talk for just a minute about
Yeah.
how, once again, they're definitely listening to the show. This is facetious. Of course they're not. But why else would they include...
No bangs.
The only shirtless shot in the entire thing, he is also partially covered in blood.
That is true. Why is he so hot?
I also included
Covered
that
in
in the thing. Was hot people who even look hot whilst partially covered in blood.
It's primal. It's a primal thing.
And
Well, I
somebody
guess.
in the Slack was like, I think you have a typo there, Allison. I think you meant look especially hot while partially covered in blood. That's funny.
A Dracula thing, maybe.
Not for him.
I think it's a good trailer.
a
I think
very
it
good
is
trailer.
too.
Lots of little individual threads. They don't get too much into all of them, but that's a good trailer, right? You don't want a trailer to give everything away.
It feels like Brianna is definitely going to be the fate person. Like, we have to let this war happen. We have to do whatever it is that we have to do to be out of the way so that these forces can collide, because otherwise my future doesn't exist.
Well, and this is a thing in the books. Brianna is the person who knows the most about American history because she went to an American school. So I doubt it'll happen in the show, but I guess very mild spoiler for the show. For the book that may or may not happen in the show, but again, very mild. There's a scene in the books that I've always really liked where Brianna and Roger are just like laying in bed. And it happens to be the day of the Midnight Ride of Paul Revere. And she recites the poem, the I think Longfellow poem, because she learned it in school as it's happening, like many states away.
What?
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
I doubt it'll happen in the show. But just the idea of knowing that this hugely important thing is happening and you are one of maybe 4 people on the entire planet that knows it's going on because it's this covert thing, right? So like Paul Revere knows and his commanding officer knows, and certainly the people who are hearing him as he rides through the town know. And other than that, no one has any idea that this hugely consequential
Except
moment in
you
American
from
history-
1969.
Except for you because you
Yeah.
know a poem that was written about it that
Yeah.
you learned in school. It's very cool. So she and Roger, who is obviously also a historian, although not specifically an American historian, happen to know a lot about what happens. And so does Claire to a certain extent, but a lesser extent because she didn't go to American school.
So it seems like Claire and Jamie are trying to get Bree to go back to the future. Back to the future.
With the baby.
And yes, and that
Yeah.
maybe, because it's dangerous, and maybe Roger kind of wants to go back too.
I mean, because it's going to be a goddamn
But she
big-ass
knows.
war.
But Brianna won't leave. I can already tell. She's too much her father's daughter. She's going to be like, no, as she said in the trailer, my family's here. She's not going to leave.
Well, as a counterpoint, and I'm not, and first of all, I don't actually know what's going to happen because we've already departed from the books in a pretty number of significant ways. But Jamie is also the person that sent Claire back through the stones because she was pregnant, right?
Oh, right.
So Jamie is actually pretty firmly on record of please go back to where they have penicillin and computers. It's about to be very dangerous here. And now he has a grandson. So she is absolutely her father's daughter, but her father is
Are we going to try to get all Roger and
person.
his son through and leave Brianna behind? Is that the way it's going to be?
well.
No way.
I promise you, there's no world in which Brianna and her kids split up.
Yeah, I was going to say that you can't do that.
No.
But she gave birth at the very end of last episode, right? Last season.
Yes.
So the baby's been
Yes.
born. Yeah, the baby's already been born. So they can't send her through
Yeah,
as a
because
pregnant
she's
person.
there and Jamie is there while she's giving birth. Yes.
So baby's already born. It can't be a like send Claire through while she's pregnant situation.
Yeah.
It would be like you're dragging a toddler along through the Dick Rock situation, which is also not great because what if the toddler doesn't have the special jizz or whatever it takes to go through the Dick Rocks?
I mean, I will say this. Both of his parents have the jizz.
That's true.
Brianna, only one of her parents have
Both
the jizz.
of his parents, quote unquote. We don't know who one of his parents is.
That's true. That's fair. Definitely one and possibly both of his parents have the jizz.
He's got like a 2 out of 3 chance.
And what if it's
2 out of 3 ain't bad, as Meatloaf once said.
Well, and what if it's a recessive gene? So if it's like only one of his parents, it could be.
Well, I really hope that Stephen Bonnet doesn't. Well, you know what? Stephen Bonnet probably does have that fucking gene because that guy always
No
is
way.
eternal. But that guy always lives. That guy's always
Yeah,
forever.
but that's because you're a
done.
wily bastard, not because you can travel in time.
Okay, fine.
There was a lot of moments where they were like, this time is precious. Like where they're like acknowledging each other, like whatever time we have left, we have it together. And I wonder if that's just to heighten the drama, but I also hope it's because something drastic is going to happen to them.
Well, I mean, war is coming no
Well,
matter what.
war.
And that's not a spoiler, right?
No.
And it's like a very major war. And Jamie
Is going to fight on the wrong side.
has already promised to fight in it.
To put on those coats.
Those coats. It's really jarring, isn't it? That
Yeah.
shot. I wasn't expecting. To
I bet he
have-
wants
be
to
so
barf.
infected.
I bet he wants to barf
bet
the
it feels
entire
really
time.
gross,
I
yeah.
bet he just wants to throw up.
Is he going to be the original turncoat? Is he going to Benedict before Benedict existed?
No. Jamie Fraser's a man of honor. No.
Does he have to fake his own death?
Again?
Like,
Again?
is that what's going to happen?
I kind of say.
Okay. Anyway, it looks like, first of all, Claire and Jamie are very happy to be around each other. That's great. Continue to thank each other for your love. I did see that little bit of Angie Costa and Murtaugh. Sweet. We get a little bit of that.
Dig it.
Great. Bring on the American Revolution again. But no, seriously, in the show,
We're
just bring on the
still-
American Revolution.
I think this is all going to be regulators and precursors.
I was going to
if
say
I was going to guess.
pre-revolution.
Pre-revolution. Like, I don't think they've announced the casting for George Washington. Let me say again. I know we've already seen George Washington, but I don't think we're going to see George Washington again in this season.
Okay. But George Washington comes back?
In the books, he does. But I wouldn't mention George Washington, except for he's already shown up in the show because he doesn't show
Right.
up in the books
He and-
until later.
He and Martha both showed up.
When were they in the show?
The crazy episode where they were at the theater and
Where she operated on the guy at, like, intermission. Do you remember that?
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know your password, man. I don't want you to tell me your password. Never mind.
What were you trying to
It
look
was all
up?
for a bit. It was a bit.
Well, what's the bit? I can do the bit on my phone.
I mean, if I could go to YouTube and search Washington, that is all.
6 foot.
Yeah. But save it. We're going to let our listeners, if they've never heard it before,
It's good. If you know what I was talking about with that, good on you.
you're deep into our senses of humor. I've been watching this video for 15 years. Anytime I
it.
need a little lift.
Dude, the depths of the internet.
The guy, yes. I'll shut up now.
Let's just listen to all of it.
We can't listen to much of it.
No,
We'll get sued.
Just a little bit.
Is it copyright?
Washington, 6 foot 8 was a fucking time. Opponents beware.
He's coming.
He's coming.
He's coming.
Oh my God.
Let me lay it on the line. He had two on the vine. I mean, 2 sets of testicles. So divine.
I feel like that's a good place to start.
That video, man.
Just go to YouTube and search Washington. It's a cartoon by Brad Neely, who you might recognize his artwork because he had some stuff on Adult Swim a few years ago. The History Professors, and I think that may have been a thing from the History Professors.
Yeah.
Spoiler, Brad Neely went to high school with my husband.
No shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He was a couple of years older than Neil, and they weren't friends, but yeah, Brad Neely, Fort Smith,
Hey, man,
Arkansas.
that's awesome.
Cool.
That's really neat.
Other thoughts about the trailer?
I'm excited for the season
I'm
to start.
into it. That was great.
Let's do
I
it.
was way more excited after this trailer than I was after the
I agree with that too.
teaser.
Yeah.
Why did they do so many? Is it just because the break was so long?
By TV standards, relatively few.
Okay.
Frankly.
Okay.
There'll be more.
Are we doing more of these? We're gonna do them.
Probably.
Let's do it.
If we don't, everybody's going to be all like, why don't you talk about this? So we kind of have to.
We hear you, people.
I'm not mad about it. but
It's nice to be wanted.
yeah, they want us to do
is.
it.
Yeah.
We also still have to do the Swizzle Enough list.
Wait,
I don't
what?
know if Swizzle Left's ever going to happen.
Oh, it's going to happen.
God.
Dune Vase?
10 years from now? No.
The-
Dune Vase, I think we're abandoning. That idea was too complicated. It made for a really great episode of like deciding what was going in the Dune Vase. Plus, then we got to go Dune Vase, Dune Vase, Dune Vase, Dune Vase, Dune Vase, Dune Vase. But
Why
but
do
I think
dooms fall in base?
It got to the point where we were having to rewatch things that we'd already seen like 3 times, and we were like, no.
No,
So it just got to be too emotionally taxing, at least for me. I won't speak for Aaron and Allison, but I was just like, I don't want to watch that again.
That's fair. I'm trying to rewatch Star Wars Clone Wars because the next season's coming out. And a similar feeling. I'm like, too much goddamn Star Wars. I'm
need it.
emotionally done with this stuff.
Too much Star Wars.
Yeah.
But Swizzle Nuff, as long as we don't have to rewatch stuff while we record it, I don't care. Because I can go back and look at it myself and figure out, like...
Yeah, no, we'll just figure out what the list is.
What
We'll
jokes we wanna make.
independently revisit the little moments so that we are familiar, and then off we'll go. Some of them we'll remember, you know. I think all of us have a very clear image in our heads of Jamie holding his sodden shirt to his peen.
Yeah.
Because he just had to hide under a water wheel.
Yeah.
That was a good scene.
What's that song that always
Just
plays
gratuitous.
in bars about
Oh,
wagon wheel?
rock me, baby, like a wagon wheel.
Rock me.
While I
baby,
hold the shirt to my penis. Hey,
Mama, rock me.
Yep.
Rock me, baby, like a water wheel.
Water
Is the way it's-
wheel.
Yeah. Who sings that song? Because that song is in every dive bar of all time.
Oh yeah, I have no clue.
No idea.
I mean, I only know 3 bands.
Now what we need is Jamie to be clutching a shirt to his peen in like a trench so that we can play, oh, I've got friends in places where the whiskey is brown.
But then by
and
that mindset, could we not also just have him out in the desert? Because he's down at the Oasis.
well, no, he need to be at an oasis.
Okay, fine, but he's in the desert
I was
by
trying
a
to
pool
think
of water.
low.
What about actually the Oasis? What if he
Oh my
was just
God.
actually standing in our dive bar, the Oasis, with a wet shirt over his wiener?
Sam Hewan, come to the Oasis and Rogers Park,
go ahead.
Illinois challenge.
Just do it.
Can we hashtag that? See how it goes.
I just want you to, first of all, go into that restroom. Sorry about
You know,
it.
all those
Undress
novelty
yourself
hashtags
and
that
come
we
out.
came up with, the one with the most staying power, Fitz Mob.
Oh,
That
yeah.
one, I mean, yeah.
God bless it. I'm still hardcore Fitz Mob.
I remember a Fitz Mob, Gowan for it, Goodbye One Eye. And then there was something about Marsley, but I don't remember what it was.
I don't.
I think that might have been just us trying to figure out a
Remember-
nickname, but which we did. Granoli, thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It just made me laugh all over again. Remember that one time that we had to explain what thirst was
To Stephen Cree.
to Stephen Cree? It's not as embarrassing as asking somebody if a hot dog is a sandwich,
Did you
but it's up
see?
there.
Oh my God, this was on our Facebook page, so you probably didn't see it. One of our Facebook fans, who I don't remember who it is, so I can't say their name. Don't know if they're a Patreon fan, but they posted this to Facebook. Met Sam Hewan at Wizard World, I believe, in New Orleans, which is where it's happening right now. Mm-hmm. She was cosplayed in some kind of Outlander or time appropriate period and got to have the photo shoot with him, and sent the photo of her with him and said, and now he knows all about the drunk cast.
Oh shit! No way.
He won't remember that shit
I
for
know,
a second.
but-
that
You
happened.
know what?
I just saw
Here's
it
the
yesterday.
thing. If I was, by the way, I want you to know that I just did the
She did fall
closest thing
down.
I've ever done to breakdancing in my life, and I fell halfway off my chair on purpose and stuck my feet in the air and balanced on one arm. It was great. Put me on a reality show. Anyway, if I were on a show where a very vocal section of the fan base is extremely earnest,
Yes.
I might remember the weirdo podcast where the drunk people come up with nicknames. I might.
Let me see if I can find that photo. I'll show you.
Oh
That
my
reminds me,
gosh, that's so exciting. That's so funny.
I have no information on what may or may not happen outside of the panel, but I'm headed to the Television Critics Association press tour in a week. And they are doing an Outlander panel.
Oh, that's right.
So I have to bring my flask just in case.
yeah, dude.
You know, you got to be ready.
Dude, yeah.
It's Mary Lumpkin. She is a Patreon member. Isn't
Mary
she?
Lumpkin?
Yeah. Isn't she? Fucking A. Look at this great photo
you
of
look
her.
so cute, girl.
That's a great photo.
And here's the quote.
Oh, you are hugging him.
Yeah.
Did your arms go all the way around?
Look at his face, too. Oh, he's so cute.
Mary,
Yeah.
you have to let us know.
How did it feel?
You have to tell us, did your arms go all the way around?
They do. You can see them touching each
Yeah.
other, but just barely.
Okay.
So he's stout.
Have you showered?
Have you showered since?
That's what I want to know.
Here's the quote.
Please.
I met Sam Hewan, became giggling fangirl. Word.
Word.
And
Yeah.
I'll tell you this story in a minute.
Yeah.
And tried to explain Podlander drunk cast and Pamplemousse.
Let me see that photo.
Mary Lumpkin, you're the best.
And Pomplamoose. Oh gosh. Awesome.
Oh, that is extremely charming.
Isn't that the photo is really good.
What a doll.
What a good. Oh,
He looks
funny.
very good humored.
And Mary, though, seriously, get back to us and let us know what it felt like to hug him.
Have I talked about my David Tennant experience on the pod?
Yeah, because you almost died, but then you had the great idea for the photo.
Yeah. And then he was so nice about it.
Yeah. And I don't know if we ever shared him. That photo of Graham McTavish with us was also very similar.
That's so, you know what? I'm just actually going to spoil this, and we're still going to do something with it. But I don't know, like 2 years ago, we took pictures. We were at the Outlander Heavy Wizard World World
in
both
Chicago.
Sam and Kate
not last year,
canceled.
but the year before
Yeah.
that, right?
God, that was 2 years ago.
It was
a year and a half ago.
Jesus.
Lottie
I don't think it's a spoiler.
Verbeek, Graham McTavish. That's when we fell in love with Sophie.
Yeah.
And then we also had our photos
And
taken
Richard
with Rankin.
And we were sneaking around going through the autograph line to take selfies with these people so we could put them together to use as a Christmas card for the Patreon. And then it just didn't happen, as many things do with us, because
We got lives, y'all, and our lives are not this
but
podcast.
we are still going to share these photos because Graham McTavish had first of all, Richard Rankin is fucking hilarious. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen this photo, but
Very charming.
He waited in line to get Graham McTavish's autograph, and then they took a picture together. It was very funny and silly.
and he kissed him, and we were literally
Like,
3 feet
it
away
was
from
so
them when
great.
it happened.
But we walked up to him and said, "Hey, we're
Graham McTavish, this
to
is.
Graham McTavish," and said, "Will you just look kind of creeped out by us?" And he went, "Sure," right?
And then did.
And then did. So there's a photo of us being like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Ooh." It's great. It's great.
I think what happened was I went up to him because you were like, will you talk to him? And I said, yes. And I said, hi, we have a podcast where we literally talk about how hot you are all the time. Can you just look creeped out while we look all kind of weird? And he's like, yeah.
It turned out great.
It's a great photo.
And then we took a photo of Sophie Skelton from very far away because she wasn't doing selfies.
That's right. And then the selfie with Lottie Verbeek was
That was
actually really
great.
cool because we got to have the entire conversation with her in line about her glitter nail polish and
Well, and I talked to her about Agent Carter.
what a hard time it is at cons to have manicures because you're having to touch so many things and use so much hand sanitizer, and that the best type of nail polish to wear is glitter nail polish because it doesn't chip as easily.
She
And
was
it's
so
like,
nice.
she was awesome. And then she actually held Aaron's phone that took the photo.
Yeah. I still have that phone.
I remember that.
I have a new phone and,
And
I
we
still have that
we
phone.
did talk to her about Agent Carter.
Yeah, I asked her, I was like, hey, I'm also a journalist, so off the record, just curious if you have any Agent Carter revival news. And she was like, no, I think that one's dead. I was like, oh, no.
Ew.
Sad.
Yeah, it
I
really
need to
is
go
sad.
back and watch that again.
Oh, it's so charming.
And then
Second season, first season,
thumbs
perfect.
up. Richard Rankin was just as charming and kind of
And weird, funny
Weirdo.
and weird.
So goofy, that
Yeah.
guy.
But it was cool. We got a photo with him too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we will eventually put
We'll
them
find them
together
all.
and share them.
Someday.
But the Graham McTavish one is the best.
That was the best one.
Anyway, Mary Lumpkin, hero.
Yes, hero.
Hero.
One of my very favorite things is the people who do cons or in any other capacity meet, because this has happened before, meet somebody from the show and then tell them about the show.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes me so happy. So like Diana Gabaldon knows because she did the pod, and then random just fans like bringing their merch that they're like self-made merch.
Yes,
and telling people
we're
about
looking
it.
at you, Trish.
Thanks, Trish.
And Kara. Kara also was brand repping all day.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Oh, gosh.
Take a photo with me with my koozie faced out. I know that sounded disgusting, but it's like beer koozie. Don't be gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. I think that's it, right?
Yeah. Anything else about the trailer? I thought it was really good. I honestly,
It was good. It was-
like the contemporary song choice.
Well, I had a hard time when they started that in season 4. We'll see how I.
Well, and this
how
was
it
just a
evolves
trailer.
for me,
Who knows
right.
if it will be in the show?
We'll see.
But in the trailer, I think because you want to build on your audience,
Mm-hmm.
and there are people who maybe aren't super into like. Right? Whereas like the tuneful sounds of some bluegrass band from North Carolina working on a contract with Sony, I don't know who the fuck that is. It's just a guess.
Avett Brothers?
I
That
don't
might
think
be
so.
a thing. I wonder if it's That's them.
It sounded like Bon Iver, maybe. I have no idea. It was one of those. It was of that ilk. That was nice.
I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah. And then the big promo shot is the two of them standing in front of the fiery cross, which looks like, I don't know. I would need to do some research on what exactly the shape is. I think somebody in the Slack was talking about it, but it is Celtic.
Yeah, it looks
in
like
nature.
it looks
It's
like
not a cross.
It looks like a Celtic cross where it's got the zero
Circle.
with
Yeah.
the inside of it.
And there's a technical term for that somebody in the Slack posted that I don't remember.
Yeah,
Alas.
I wouldn't know.
And the biggest news, Jamie doesn't have bangs anymore.
That's really big news.
That's the best news.
And I'm excited. This is going to be good.
And we get to see the new house.
Yeah.
Big house.
That'll be fun. And I wonder if we're going to get some shit with the pig that you've told us about all this time.
The white sow.
I need to see this pig.
Ooh, the white sow. I think she was in the last season, just a little bit though.
But it was like just kind of quiet. Not a big thing where she was fucking with everything.
You don't want to fuck with the white sow.
I'm not
White
gonna.
sow ain't nothing to fuck with.
You know what? Maybe I am the white sow.
No,
Oh,
you don't live under a house,
you don't know me.
and you don't eat garbage.
Well,
Also, you don't have many, many babies.
you know what? That's true.
There we go.
0 babies.
That's the one.
0.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks to you guys for cramming this in.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I will bring my shit to California just in case something huge comes up. Although the last time we tried to do that, it was quite the misadventure.
No. I know what I could do this time to make it better.
Okay.
And that is be closer to my router. I know. Although it did produce hilarious results.
It was very funny.
Yeah. Next time I won't fuck up.
Well, we want to thank you for listening.
Yeah.
And want to know what you think about the trailer. Please find us on Twitter or Facebook and tell us. Facebook.com/PodlanderDrunkcast.
Podlander?
Something like
I
that.
don't remember. You'll find us.
At Twitter @PodlanderCast. You can also find me on Twitter @Allison Shoe, and I don't think Janine is really using Twitter much at the moment.
The people who follow me on Twitter are usually people from the show. it's Pagel _Aaron.
Julie is adamantly
No,
not on
that's
Twitter.
untrue. I've been looking more at Twitter these days without really responding to it. Not on my phone, only on my desktop at work because I feel like that's where I get the most urgent news about our burning planet.
Yay, 2020.
Yay! But I'm there. I'm just not responding to anything, and I refuse to put it on my phone again. I think it was the phone thing was really what was driving me crazy.
I don't blame you at all. I haven't used Facebook in long enough that I'm currently unable to log in. I feel very good about this choice, but
Yeah.
I have to use Twitter for work. So
Yeah.
I've completely deleted Facebook. Like, I'm no longer on there.
Yeah, how does it feel?
I've started journaling a lot more.
Nice.
Which might be because of this weird techie thing I got, but also because I think I got so used to hearing thoughts from other people and posting my own thoughts, which I know you can do on Twitter, but that was what I was doing on Facebook. And now I'm not doing it anymore. And so now I find like I'm like journaling to compensate. It's actually quite nice.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of nice, we want to thank our patrons.
Heck
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
All of them, but especially Amanda Newton, Jen Lander Drunklin, Trish McCrary, Dr. J, Lori McGuire, Katie Kirshner, Beth Locke, Rachel Lazan, Jenna Pulkowski, Tanner Cole, Rachel Townsend, Steph Peterson, Tara Lucchino. I'm going to do that every time. Tara Lucchino.
Tara was in line with us at the Lonnie Verbeek thing. That's how we met her.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It was very fun. Hi, Tara.
Hey.
Catherine Marshall Eastman, Chantel Salters, Mary Lumpkin, great photo girl.
Mary
Thank you so much for
So
spreading the great
good.
word. Crystal Nanavati, Ann Gibson, Molly Layton, Ruth McCormick, Kara Marlowe, Flourish Root, Friday Payton, Kathleen Moniz. Hi, Mom. And Viv Pickles with a little emeritus shout out to Kiki.
The Wise.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the show. And everybody else, thank you as well. We will be back, I guess, probably the next time they drop something because I'm out of town for so long. But if anything super, you know what? If that panel is wild, maybe we'll set something up and talk about it.
Sure.
Okay.
I certainly will also be tweeting about it if you want to follow along there. Yeah, that's it. I'm about to go drink and watch the Golden Globes,
Enjoy.
but not drink very much because I have to work. And also, fuck Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really sorry.
Why'd they bring it
if
back?
anybody listening is a real big Ricky Gervais fan, but he's got good work in his past, but man, what a turd.
I think that's kind of why I almost like him, but I don't like him. I almost like him.
I
He's
don't
kind of
know.
a turd.
He's got a problem with
Trans people.
punching
Does he
down
really?
on trans people.
Oh, that's fucking new.
And it's not
I
great.
have not heard of that.
And also, he has a long history of punching down on people with weight problems, which
Yeah.
is not cool either.
However, the Golden Globes are also the awards show where people get drunk on television.
That's
and
true.
I love it.
That is true.
Is
that a thing?
I love it.
Oh, yeah. They get hammered.
The Globes is the awards where they serve alcohol. There's you know what? I'm going to pull it up right now because I just used it for What's On Tonight on the AV Club. One of my very favorite like celebrity photos. Hold on, is of Emma Thompson.
Is this the one with the shoes?
Yep. Presenting an award.
Yeah, because she walks up and just throws them, right?
She's got her shoes in her hand and she's holding a martini.
Oh, perfect.
It's the best. It's so good. That's what the Golden Globes are like.
I love the title too. Famous people are getting drunk on TV
Famous
tonight.
people are getting drunk on TV tonight. That's what's
true.
happening.
That's what we all want.
Yeah.
And also, Billy Porter is going to show up wearing something fabulous. So what the fuck?
Very true.
That's just, it's a
Just
fact.
text me a photo when that happens.
I will. I'll take a picture of my TV.
Okay, cool.
All right. As always, we love you. You're the best.
Thank you.
I am officially excited for season 5.
I'm
It's
cool with it.
nice to feel that way.
Yes.
Yes. Well, season 4 was like a comeback season because I was so
'Cause
barfed
season
out
3
after season 3.
I mean, we were seasick.
Barf.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Get
season...
it? Because there were boats.
Yep. Too many boats. And then season 4... I heard that. Those boats.
How on earth?
Well,
have
it was
we
this
not
guy.
made that
He
joke
just
until
did it.
right now?
That wasn't
just did it.
completely what I said, but that's definitely the joke that we're going with now.
Those boats.
boats.
That's season 3 now.
Oh, you know what? We can't end on anything better. Those boats. Bye.
Bye.